Alright, now actually on to the new features. Alright, so the first feature is really simple. Basically, you eat a mushroom soup, no message in chat. This next feature is much cooler. Basically, whenever you place a power orb, it shows you how long is left on your screen. And note that this also works for other people's orbs, so if someone places down, say, a mana flux and an overflux and yours is just a little radiant orb, then theirs will actually show up on the screen instead of yours, because it's the better one. And if you open up your SBA menu and you find the orb feature here, and you go into its settings, you can actually change the style of the power orb to a detailed mode that shows a lot of stats on your screen. For example, you can see this mana flux is regenerating 23 hearts per second and it's giving you strength and mana. Next up, we have all the zealot counters. So basically in the top right, you can see there's 4 different types. The first one is the number of zealots you've killed since your last eye. The second one is your total number of zealots detected by the mod. The third is the number of summoning eyes you've collected. And the last one shows the number of zealots you have to kill for each eye on average for you. Alright, and just note that your average zealot count will not increase as you kill zealots. It's only going to change whenever you get an eye. And what this does is just it prevents your average from being higher than it should have been because you just haven't gotten your eye yet. Trust me, it's better this way. Alright, so the next feature is ticker counter. So basically, if you have a sword that's a scorpion foil or a zombie sword or anything else that has tickers, whenever you hold that weapon, it will show the number of tickers you have left on the screen. Alright, next up is the potion effect display. Basically, whenever you have potion effects that appear on your tabs list, it's not going to show on your screen. So if you have a god splash, this might be like 20 lines long or something, so you might want to make it a little bit smaller. Also note that if you find the potion feature in the SBA menu, you can actually go into its settings, and there's 2 settings here. One of them is to hide the night vision effect timer. In case you're using an item that gives you night vision or something like that, you might not want it on your screen all the time. And the other one sorts your timers by duration, so it's actually much neater. So the potion that's running out the soonest will be at the bottom of your screen. Unless if you have it at the bottom of your screen, then it's like upside down and then it'll be at the top. Alright, so the next one is a very simple feature as well. Basically, whenever you're running low on arrows, this will just send you a little warning. Next up is a simple feature as well. Basically, sometimes when you get dragon fragments, they just don't stack at all, even when you throw them on the floor. So what this feature does is, when you hover over a dragon fragment, it'll tell you if it's broken or not, and that way you know that it won't stack. This next one's a cool one. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's compatible with shaders, but basically whenever you're using toxic arrow poison, which is a consumable item that sometimes people don't want to waste, basically it will turn your bow green so you don't use it by accident. The next feature is quite simple as well. Basically, whenever you buy rain from Vanessa in the Birch Park, it will literally have a little timer that will show you how much time is remaining. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work when other people buy rain at the moment, so it might be quite useless, but it's there. Alright, next up is a combat timer. Basically, whenever you get hit, it'll show you how long you have to wait until you can open your menu or visit your island, as you can see here. They seem very angry. Alright, next up is Discord Rich Presence. Basically, if you find the feature Discord Rich Presence in the menu and you go to its settings, you can choose what you want to appear in your Discord. So you can see right now I have it set to my location and my skyblock time, and you can see here if I bring in my Discord that it shows that I'm in the Mushroom Desert, and it shows a little picture that I'm in Mushroom Desert, and it shows my location and my time. So basically you can customize this to whatever you want. So if I even wanted, I can make a custom status and type literally whatever I want, like eating mushrooms, and that will show up for everyone on Discord. Basically, this feature tells you what stage the golem is on and how many zealots you've killed that contributed to the golem. So if I go and kill 1 zealot right now, boop, you can see that I contributed 1 zealot to the endstone protector, and if I go find the endstone protector, it's actually on stage 2, stage 1 would be here, and this is stage 2. And note that you're able to detect the stage of the golem even from up here. Apparently this is close enough to be able to detect it. And next is probably one of the fancier ones of this update, which is the fancy warp menu. Basically, whenever you open the menu to warp to any island, if you have that scroll unlocked, it will open up this menu that shows all the locations you can warp to and all the warp points that you have unlocked. So as you can see, I have all the scrolls unlocked except this dark auction one, because I haven't been able to get it yet. And the barn is a Hypixel glitch right now. Hopefully it will be fixed soon, and if not, I'll make a workaround. But basically, if I wanted to go to, say, the Magma Cube Arena, I could just click here and it will take me directly to the Magma Cube Arena. And if I wanted to go back to the Deep Caverns, I can just click there and it'll take me back here. So basically, it's just a fancy version of what's already there. And you might be wondering, what does this option warp twice do? Basically, if you have this disabled and you warp from, say, the gold mine to the hub, it's going to think you came from the portal and it's going to spawn you right here at the entrance. So what this option does is that if you warp from, say, the gold mine to the hub again, it will warp you twice. So basically once you warp to the portal, it will then warp you back to the center here. And that way you don't have to worry about sometimes getting spawned at the portal when you don't want to go there. Alright, and as for the advanced mode button that's over here, this is the same as clicking the advanced mode button in the regular menu. So if I turn off this fancy menu, you can see that there's an advanced mode button over here. Basically what this does is that it shows a bunch of the epic warp points like the Dragon's Nest that you need to have MVP in order to buy and use. So if you're trying to click the advanced mode button that's here in the corner and it's not working, then you might just not have MVP plus. I'm very sorry, nons, VIPs, and MVP not pluses. Alright, next up is the legendary sea creature warning. So when you fish up any legendary sea creature that is in the sea creature guide, say one of these three, it's going to give you a warning, so that way you don't really get caught off guard. Honestly, I'm such a low level fishing, so I can't really demonstrate this. Editor, make something pop out of the water. Just kidding, I'm the editor, lol. Next is only break logs in the park. So basically, if you're a foraging guy, and you often find yourself breaking down trees, and you just don't want to break anything that isn't a tree, you don't want to accidentally hit the ground and waste time, then you turn on this feature and basically it doesn't even let you at all mine anything that isn't a tree. And that way you can protect nature. And the next feature is the Slayer boss approaching alert. So basically whenever you're about to spawn a boss, like your Slayer quest is 90% complete, it's going to show up a warning letting you know that it's going to spawn soon. I would demonstrate, but my best set is a young set and I do 0 damage, so yeah. Again, let's just pretend the boss just spawned right here. Oh, a warning popped up, yay. Alright, so this next feature is just disabling teleport pad messages. So say if I go on this teleport pad, boom, no message in chat. So if you're going like in an AFK pool round and round, you won't have like a bunch of spam in your chat, so you might like that feature. Alright, next we have a very simple bait list. So basically whenever you hold out your fishing rod, it'll show the baits that you have in your inventory on your screen. Right now it doesn't really work for your fishing bag, so that's kind of unfortunate. But if you do want to use this fancy feature, you can put your baits in your inventory for now while we add that feature. I mean, who wouldn't want to use that good looking bait counter? Alright, and next I'm just going to go into major improvements and bugs. I'm going to keep it short, so don't worry. So first, you can now view inside a cake bag when you hover over it. There's now also a button to go to the SBA menu in the corner of your escape menu. Yes, you can disable that. GUI editor has been improved a lot, and basically you can move around anything really smoothly and it won't be rounded to the nearest pixel. It also has mod snapping, so if I want to snap to this feature here, it's just going to snap right there and then it'll make it very easy to line things up. Rescaling is also much smoother. You can drag the corner to make it bigger or smaller, and it's also really easy to access the color options here, which now also has chroma. So yes, you can make chroma speed 10 and make chroma width a decent amount, and you're going to see here, that's how your chroma is going to look. Only gamers will use this epic chroma. You can also now edit your zealot counter using commands. Just do SBA help, and you can see there's a command /SBA set to set any zealot counter. And the item drop list is also now much better. For example, it won't let me drop this bow, but it will let me drop something that's rare but pretty bad, like a remnant of the eye. So we've added some exclusions and extra items that people wanted on that list. New features now also have a little tag that shows that they're new. You can now set a key and control, which is default F, to freeze a backpack. So if I'm hovering over this backpack and I press F, then you can see all the items inside and it will show you exactly what they are. Maybe in the future I won't make it so you need a completely separate key, but it's still a pretty cool feature, so use it. Also, the system that detects like your health, mana, and stuff like that is much better now. So like it shouldn't be glitching out with like trials of fire and woods race and stuff like that normally cause issues. As for locked slots, now if you try to bypass a locked slot by switching quickly and dropping, it's going to show a message that you've just switched from a locked item and it won't let you. This should hopefully prevent a lot of accidental drops in the future. You can now right click to open backpacks even when they're locked. You can also now view the names of items and item frames with the allow clicking through items frames feature enabled. Drop feature is now disabled in dungeons. I can't join dungeons right now to show you, but you can just trust my word on it. And there's definitely a lot more stuff that I forgot because this has been a really big update. But if I remember anything major, I'll just leave it in the comments. Alright, and that concludes this very epic update. Feel free to sub or comment or whatever. I might go through the comments if I get some time. And thank you for watching through this whole video. You are a true gamer for learning about all the new features. And I will see you next year.